Would you believe Black Africans were in the most powerful positions in the Roman Empire? Often, while talking about the might of the Roman Empire, attention is only paid to what the white people did. However, it's little addressed that without the help of the Black Africans, the white population, Roman senators and emperors would have been useless. From creating powerful military brigades to being philosophers, artisans, governors, bureaucrats, commanders, and even emperors with African roots, Black Africans not only completed but ran the Roman Empire. So, what are the contributions of Black Africans to the Roman Empire that are little told about today and little acknowledged? In this video, let's find out. The Roman Empire, one of history's most expansive and enduring civilizations, was a model of inclusivity in its time. It integrated people of various races, ethnicities, and backgrounds into its society, economy, and governance. From the heart of Rome to the farthest reaches of its provinces, the empire thrived on its ability to incorporate diverse populations into a unified framework. And according to experts, that was the reason the Roman Empire expanded and lasted long, instead of fragmenting and collapsing sooner. Its cities were bustling marketplaces where goods, ideas, and people flowed freely across continents, while its armies and administrations drew strength from the diversity of its subjects. The Roman motto, Civis Romanus Sum, meant, "I am a Roman citizen," and symbolized an identity that surpassed local origins, embracing individuals from Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. Interestingly, Romans valued utility and merit over ethnicity, incorporating individuals from conquered territories into their governance, trade, and culture systems. African provinces like Numidia, Mauritania, and Egypt became crucial parts of the empire, contributing resources, labor, and cultural innovation. The Roman elite often intermarried with local populations, and freed slaves could rise to positions of prominence. Indeed, the inclusivity was not as fair as we expect from today's standards. However, seeing it by knowing the atmosphere of that time, the Roman Empire was ahead of its time in thinking beyond race and creed. This inclusivity extended to the empire's markets, where traders of all ethnicities exchanged goods, and its military, where soldiers from distant lands served side by side. It was within this context of diversity and inclusivity that Black Africans played significant roles in shaping the Roman Empire. However, for Black Africans to enter the Roman Empire and contribute, the Roman Empire first had to establish a connection with the African continent. Interestingly, from the very start, the Roman Empire, with its vast reach and inclusivity, was deeply intertwined with Africa in ways that shaped its economy, culture, and military might. Africa was more than a source of resources. It was a vital contributor to the empire's identity, growth, and strength. Through the exchange of goods, ideas, traditions, and people, the bond between Africa and Rome became a cornerstone of the empire's success, empowering both regions and leaving a lasting legacy. Africa's proximity to Rome made it indispensable to the empire's structure and strategy. The Mediterranean Sea served as a natural line, linking Roman Italy to the North African provinces of Carthage, Numidia, and Mauritania. These territories acted as gateways to the riches of sub-Saharan Africa, accessible through sophisticated trade networks that crossed the Sahara Desert. Rome's initial connection with Africa began with its conquest of Carthage during the Punic Wars, from 264 to 146 BCE. This victory established the province of Africa Proconsularis, including modern-day Tunisia, as a critical part of the Roman world. Over time, Rome expanded its influence to include Numidia and Mauritania, creating a vast African territory that stretched from Libya to Morocco. These regions became valuable not only for their strategic position, but also for their abundant resources and cultural richness. With time, Africa became the economic lifeline for the Roman Empire, providing essential resources that fueled its growth and stability. Its contributions were integral to sustaining Rome's population, military, and industries. North Africa, with its fertile lands, was the empire's breadbasket. The provinces of Numidia and Mauritania produced vast quantities of wheat and barley, which were transported to Rome to feed its burgeoning population. Carthage, a hub of agricultural activity, was equipped with advanced irrigation systems designed to maximize yields. This agricultural bounty supported the Annona, Rome's state-controlled grain distribution system, ensuring that food shortages were minimized, even in times of crisis. Africa's mineral wealth was a cornerstone of Roman economic strength. Gold from sub-Saharan trade routes entered the empire, stabilizing its currency and fueling its expansion. Silver, copper, and salt from African mines were equally crucial, supporting Rome's monetary system, military equipment production, and food preservation needs. These resources not only enriched the empire, but also reinforced its industrial and commercial dominance. However, the trend was noticeable. The Roman Empire was extracting precious resources to develop the empire, depriving the local population of benefits. Furthermore, the Roman elite coveted African luxury goods, which became symbols of status and wealth. Ivory was used in sculptures and sophisticated decorations, while frankincense and myrrh were important for religious ceremonies and perfumery. Ostrich feathers and leopard skins, imported from sub-Saharan Africa, were prized possessions that adorned the homes of Rome's most affluent citizens. That's when it was the ideal time for the Roman Empire to integrate Black Africans into its governance machinery. The biggest role Black Africans played was in the Roman military, which was the backbone of the empire. Black Africans were essential to its operations. They served as soldiers, auxiliary forces, and even commanders, bringing specialized skills that significantly strengthened Rome's military effectiveness. Nubian archers from the Kushite kingdom, modern-day Sudan, were among the most skilled marksmen of the Roman army. Renowned for their precision and ability to withstand challenging desert terrains, these archers played critical roles in defending Egypt's borders and quelling uprisings along the Nile. Their expertise in long-range combat made them vital to campaigns in North Africa, where precision and endurance were crucial. Auxiliary forces from Mauritania, modern-day Morocco and Algeria, and Numidia, modern-day Algeria and Tunisia, were equally valued. Numidian cavalry, known for their speed and agility, excelled in surveillance and disrupting enemy formations. Their prowess was notably demonstrated during the Battle of Zama that occurred in 202 BCE, where under Massinissa's leadership, they outsmarted Hannibal's forces and secured a decisive Roman victory in the Second Punic War. These African troops also served in far-flung Roman provinces like Britain and Germania, as evidenced by archaeological finds in York. Stationed at these frontiers, they not only defended the empire's borders, but also integrated into local societies, leaving cultural legacies that persisted for generations. The power position which Africans could reach can be understood by knowing about Emperor Septimius Severus. He was born in Leptis Magna, modern-day Libya, which highlighted the prominence of Africans in Roman leadership. Rising through the military ranks, Severus became a transformative leader who relied on African cohorts to secure victories in Britain and the eastern provinces. His reign showed the strategic importance of African soldiers in maintaining the vast expanse of Roman territory. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black Africa. Let's continue now. Furthermore, Black Africans were instrumental in sustaining Rome's economic networks, facilitating the flow of goods from Africa to the Mediterranean and beyond. Their role in trade was not limited to supplying resources, but also to shaping the commercial dynamics of the empire. African merchants further enriched Roman commerce. Historical records reveal that African traders operated in bustling Roman urban centers like Ostia and Rome, dealing in exotic goods that added to the cosmopolitan fabric of Roman markets. Their presence illustrated the integration of African commerce into the daily life of the empire. Interestingly, the cultural and religious landscapes of Rome were profoundly shaped by African contributions, which introduced new traditions, beliefs, and artistic expressions. Artistic representations of Black Africans in Roman mosaics, frescoes, and sculptures highlight their integral roles in society. In Pompeii, mosaics depicted Black Africans in various capacities like traders, soldiers, and entertainers, showing their importance. The mosaics of the Villa Romana del Casale in Sicily celebrated African landscapes and wildlife, reflecting Rome's fascination with African culture and natural beauty. Furthermore, religious practices from Africa found fertile ground in Rome. The cult of Isis, originating in Egypt, gained widespread popularity across the empire, with Black Africans often serving as priests and temple workers. This blending of African and Roman spiritual traditions exemplified the religious syncretism that defined Roman culture. Additionally, North Africa became a cradle of early Christianity, producing influential theologians like Tertullian, who coined the term Trinity, and Augustine of Hippo, whose writings continue to shape Christian thought. Entertainment was another area where Black Africans excelled. Gladiatorial games, a cornerstone of Roman public life, featured Black African fighters who captivated audiences with their distinctive combat styles. Gladiators such as net wielders and dual sword fighters became celebrated figures, drawing massive crowds to arenas across the empire. Provincial governance also saw significant African representation. Figures like Lucius Quietus, a Mauritanian general, were entrusted with critical roles, such as leading Roman forces during the Jewish revolts and governing Judea. Inscriptions from Numidia and Mauritania document African officials managing taxation, infrastructure projects, and legal systems, highlighting their administrative capabilities. You should know that not all Black Africans in the Roman Empire were free. The Roman Empire's slavery system remained, and it was harsh. However, it offered pathways for social mobility, allowing many Black Africans to integrate into society and achieve prominence. Enslaved Africans worked as domestic servants, artisans, and estate managers. In elite Roman households, they often served as tutors or attendants, reflecting the value placed on their skills. Manumission provided a route to freedom, enabling many enslaved Africans to become freedmen. These individuals often thrived as merchants, builders, or patrons of temples, with inscriptions from Ostia Antica showcasing their economic and social achievements. Freedmen could pass their status to descendants, allowing generational integration into Roman society. But things did not stop there. The connection between Africa and Rome extended far beyond that. The movement of people, exchange of ideas, and blending of traditions created a cultural relationship that enriched both the Roman Empire and Africa. Africa was home to a diverse population, including Berbers, Phoenicians, Greeks, and Black Africans from sub-Saharan regions. This diversity flowed into Rome, where African soldiers, merchants, scholars, and artists integrated into the empire's cosmopolitan society. Inscriptions and archaeological evidence in Roman cities frequently mention African names, highlighting their presence and influence. Roman settlers in Africa introduced Latin, Roman law, and architectural styles, which blended with local traditions to create unique cultural identities in cities like Leptis Magna and Sabratha. The African provinces of the Roman Empire were vital economic and cultural centers, contributing significantly to Rome's prosperity. Cities like Carthage and Leptis Magna exemplified Roman engineering, blending African traditions with Roman architecture. Their advanced infrastructure, including aqueducts, amphitheaters, and public forums, symbolized the fusion of cultures that defined these regions. Economically, North Africa's grain and olive oil exports sustained the empire, while its intellectual contributions produced luminaries like Apuleius, author of The Golden Ass, a seminal work in Latin literature. You see, not only did the Roman Empire connect with the African continent, but included Black Africans into its society and elite class. The concept of racism, as understood today, which means systematic discrimination based solely on skin color, was absent in the Roman Empire. Unlike the racial ideologies that took shape during European colonialism, Roman society was structured around class, status, and citizenship rather than race. Factors such as wealth, political connections, and cultural assimilation held far greater importance in determining a person's place in society. While ethnicity and skin color were noted, they were secondary and rarely the defining markers of an individual's role or worth in the empire. The Romans were aware of physical differences, including skin tone, but these observations were more descriptive than inherently judgmental or hierarchical. Roman literature and art often depicted individuals from diverse ethnicities, including Black Africans, without attaching overt ideas of superiority or inferiority. Instead, Roman attitudes were shaped more by cultural and regional distinctions. A citizen of Britain, Gaul, or Africa could fully integrate into Roman society if they adopted Roman customs, language, and values. Furthermore, stereotypes tied to geography or ethnicity did exist, but they were rooted in perceptions of cultural sophistication rather than skin color. For instance, the term barbarian was used to describe people who were not part of the Roman world, including Celts, Germans, and some Africans. This label reflected their outsider status rather than a racial judgment. Roman inclusivity extended to those who embraced their culture, making ethnicity a fluid and negotiable identity in the empire. Roman society was remarkably fluid compared to many later civilizations. Despite its rigid aristocratic structure, Rome allowed individuals of diverse backgrounds, including enslaved people and foreigners, to rise through merit, ability, and loyalty to the state. Therefore, freedmen, merchants, and military veterans of African origin could accumulate wealth and influence, gaining access to elite Roman society. Archaeological evidence and historical records show Africans attending banquets, conducting business, and even marrying into Roman families. What do you think? Why is the role of Black Africans suppressed in the Roman Empire? Is it to ensure that the credit for running a massive empire remains with white people? In the comment section right below, share your thoughts on what if the Roman Empire could not have Black Africans in its governance machinery. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on Black Africa, its history, rich arts and culture, and things the world should know about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.